The Wolf Rock Lighthouse, July the 16th, 1878. This is the order book. I visited from the Siren on her first trip to the station at Nayland, it looks like. Found establishment in good order. Complaints as to the quality of oil supplied. Specimen taken ashore to analyze in depot. June the 3rd, 1885. Visited this lighthouse from the Alert. Found everything in very good order and machinery working well and keeping good time. The keepers using what should have been black varnish, but it is really tar. The ladders are therefore sticky. It looks like I.N. Tagafu, Superintendent. May the 20th, 1886. Visited with the relief from the Alert. Found house in very good order, bell and revolving machinery working well and keeping good time. The house has been partly painted inside. The upper part of the house has been blacked outside, as well as the lantern. That's Tregarthen, Superintendent again. This one is July the 6th, 1886. Visited by Captains Atkins and looks like Vigan and Barlow from the Alert. The Galatea being in harbour, discharging. Found all in fair condition. The left hand housings of the bell slips off the spacing occasionally. The PK is to tighten up the nut to prevent it doing so. August the 16th, 1887. Found all clean and in good order. Superintendent's attention to be drawn to the fact that there is only one space burner instead of 3. October the 20th, 1887. Visited with the relief. Found house in good order and very clean. Revolving machinery working well and keeping good time. Bell sounding well and keeping fair time. Cautioned keepers against going to sleep during their time on watch as directed. That's Tagaf, Superintendent again. January the 24th, 1888. Visited from Reading in company with Mr. M. I. Douglas. Inspected the tower for general repair. Lighthouse apparatus and fog machinery in very fair order and keeping time. PKG, looks like Freeman in charge, and it's signed by H. I. or J. Reading, Superintendent. June the 11th, 1888. Visited and inspected from the Ready and effected the relief. Found the light apparatus clean and in good order. Also the house throughout. Cautioned the keepers to keep a better lookout. Vessel not obscured until fast to the mooring buoy. Landed a supply of coal, oil, water and annual stores. That's Reading, Superintendent again. March the 1st, 1890. Visited and inspected from Alert. Effected relief. Found all in fair order. Instructed PK and keepers to put in and use the spare lamp. It appears not to have been used for several years. Landed oil and water. Signed Reading. This is September the 15th, 1890. Usual bit about visiting on relief. Then also had the keepers, as requested, board letter of 6th of September, numbers 3446, instructing keepers sleeping on watch. October the 21st, 1890. Visited with Mr. Reading with Alert. Inspected works in hand for improvement of ventilation and introduction of heavy mineral oil as the illuminant. New ventilators on lantern nearly completed. Inspected illuminating and fog signal apparatus. Found all in good order and efficient state. Something or other Douglas. May the 4th, 1891. Visited and inspected from Alert. Mechanic having finished work on the new burner and changing apparatus. Principal keeper reports are going well and that the mechanic has left the new gear in perfect order, signed Reading. March the 23rd, 1893. Found the tower in fair order, light apparatus and fog machinery keeping time. Lantern windows outside needing cleaning. Assistant Keeper A.E. Lewis in charge, signed Reading. May the 3rd, 1893. Visited and inspected from the alert, found the station in fair order, keepers employed painting the tower throughout, Reading. This is in June 1893. A bucket filled with water is always to be kept in the lantern with a flannel cloth for extinguishing in case the lamp should catch fire. August the 14th, 1893. Landed a supply of water, took ashore mechanic who has repaired the freshwater pump and pipes, Reading Superintendent. June the 8th, 1894. Large cracks east on the landing, which Mr. Reading states has been reported to the house. This defect must be made good. October the 18th, 1894. Tested adjustments of burner, found them correct, effected relief. Read to the keeper's board's letter of September the 20th, number 3564, respecting tool chest, Reading Superintendent. This is April the 1st, 1895. Inspected from the alert, found the station throughout clean and in good order, effected relief, landed oil and water. Read to the keeper's board's letter of the 11th of February 95, number 648, also caused a copy of same to be placed in the service room on having a bucket of water and flannels in the lantern in case of fire, Reading Superintendent. September the 23rd, 1895. Station throughout clean and in good order, effected the relief, landed oil and coal, Reading Superintendent. January the 1st, 1896. Found the station clean and in efficient state, revolving apparatus working well and keeping correct time, effected relief, Reading. December the 23rd, 1899. Inspected from Mermaid. Found the station clean and in good order. Landed men and gear to repair the landing, which was damaged in the gale of the 17th last, Reading. February the 7th, 1900. Inspected from the Mermaid. Brought away the men who have completed the repairs to landing, Reading. And then we have February the 28th, 1900. Inspected from Mermaid. Found the light apparatus clean and in order. Landed masons and gear to repair damage to landing, Reading. List of fog marks inspected in accordance with board letter dated 20th of December 1899, number 4993. When the following marks are not clearly visible, the bell is to be sounded. By day, when the atmosphere is not clear, at of a something or other of 1 mile round the lighthouse. By night, when strong rays emit from the lantern. That's Reading Superintendent. List of painting to be done by the keepers annually at the Wolf Rock Lighthouse in accordance with board's letter dated the February 17th, 1900, number 638. Painting, it's got clean lantern externally, gallery and outside of copings, flagstaff and bell bracket. Lantern internally, pedestal, inside and out, service room, underneath side of glazing, iron panels and water tank, bedroom, something or other panels, kitchen, ditto, and water tank, oil room, it's iron panels and oil tanks, crane room, winch stand and jib, Looks like sector room. Iron panels outside of WC pump and pipes, and then it's got paintings continued on the next page. Entrance room, iron panels and tops of water tank, the back and sides of staircase, underneath sides of steps, tops of steps, black. Looks like black Jap. Landings, chains, landing mast, jib and jack post, beacon black. Looks like black varnished. Varnishing as required. It says pedestal of lens, flag box, doors and cupboards, front of bunks and bedroom door, cupboard and doors in kitchen, seat lockers, bookcase and door in kitchen, oil room door, cupboard doors in the winch room. That's signed Reading. August the 17th, 1900. Inspected from Mermaid. Found the lantern and service room clean and in good order. The lower part of the tower is in a dirty state owing to the work of repairs to the landing. Reading. February the 1st, 1901. Inspected from Penzance via the Mermaid. Found the station clean and in good order. As the stock of fresh water is low, both tanks are to be cleaned out. Reading. May the 29th, 1903. Visited by Captain Bell from Irene on annual inspection. Found the lighthouse very clean and in efficient condition. The burner is still out of adjustment, requires levelling, and superintendent should report same to the house. A.E. Bell. March the 14th, 1904. Inspected from Mermaid. Found the station clean and in good order generally. Blackwall mechanic making good pipes from sink and WC. Signed Reading. June the 10th, 1904. The annual painting not yet completed, owing to mechanics being at the station for the past 2 months. The principal keeper reports that the light's not working satisfactorily. Reading. Day after it was visited again, this time June the 11th, 1904, by Captain Bell from Irene on annual inspection. Time the lens, giving correct character, incandescent burner not working satisfactorily, and should at once be attended to by the mechanics. That's signed by A.E. Bell. November the 25th, 1904. Inspected from the Mermaid with M. Shaw. We inspected the new reed horn fog signal. Light apparatus clean and in order. Reading. July the 25th, 1906. From the Mermaid. The light will be altered tonight at sunset from white and red every half minute to every 15 seconds. Timed lens and found same correct. Reading. Superintendent. November the 2nd, 1906. From the Mermaid again. The whole of the gear in connection with the jib landings is to be examined and defects made good. That's Reading again. Looks like June the 15th, 1909. Visited by Captain Flint and Hoare from Irene. Found station clean and in good efficient order. An acetylene signalling lamp has been left at the station, and the keepers have been instructed in the use of the same. Keepers report as to its efficiency. February the 13th, 1913. Visited from the Siren and found the station clean and in good order throughout. Chief engineer visited and inspected the fog signal apparatus. Investigated the cause of disaster that befell. Looks like N. Work or Walk, AK, the 10th last. He went down for the purpose of cleaning the landing, and whilst so employed, J.W. Smith, AK, warned him that an unusual sea was approaching and to seek shelter. However, he could only get as far as the, looks like Furpus, could be that buoy, to which he held in the sea. Then Work ran the rock, and the sea carried him away for at least 100 yards. The two remaining keepers threw a lifebuoy with line attached as quickly as possible to him, but he fouled to something or other and drifted away to the westward. Signals were above hoisted and rockets fired, and fog signals sounded to attract attention of ships about 3 miles distance from the lighthouse. None appeared to notice, except in the coast guards, who saw the two flags signal and reported same to the wherever. This is a distance of 8 miles. Enwerk was seen swimming for 1 hour about 1 mile west of station from 11:50 a.m. to 0:30 p.m. At 3:02 p.m. he had disappeared. PK, looks like Lawton, was landed on the 12th. R. Williams, Superintendent. August the 15th, 1913. On and after the 8th of Jan 1914, during fuzzy weather, the lights to be exhibited from 1 hour before sunset and an extra 1 hour after sunrise. 16th of the 8th, 1919, he's just got PK IFW Williams in charge. We've got October the 3rd, 1927. Markson's burner has been dismantled and Hood's PVB established. Then Principal Keeper reports well on the new installation, but states that the fixed mantle breaks are into vibration of tower in heavy weather. June the 15th, 1923. Looks like a PK Cheret or Chesett. Relieved PK Cambridge or Hainbridge. November the 30th, 1923. A new wind guard has been ordered for the lantern roof. PK has been instructed to look into the matter of a leaky oil tank and report as what should be supplied. This also applies to the water tank in kitchen. Reynolds, Superintendent. October the 14th, 1924. Inspected with Chief something or other of the Mermaid. Station clean and essentials in order. Fog signal and lights keeping correct time. Bad underlined. Bad lookout kept by SAKGT or GF Stockley. 29/7/24. Number 2 oil tank cleaned out. Signed by AC Reynolds, Superintendent. It's got 7th of the 24th. All tanks in engine room cleaned out when mechanic Geary was on station. February 20th, 1930. Fog signal out of action owing to leaks in water jacket of engine. Mechanic also found exhaust pipe cracked. May the 4th, 1935. They got a little bit here. It's got PK GB Pascal transferred to Lynmouth Foreland. PKE could be J May from Dungeness, appointed PK. AKJS or IS George appointed to Southeast District. July the 20th, 1936. Little bit here says the pointing around frames of storm windows outside kitchen and service room is inclined to break away a little. This is not serious but must be watched. 9th of July 1937. Visited from satellite. Station clean and in efficient order. The new distant signal ball is too heavy for the flagstaff. A smaller wickerwork one is necessary. The kitchen sink should be renewed. The masons have completed point-in tower. No defects in the masonry have been found. The tower has been cleaned down to the rock and thoroughly examined. G.W.A. Jarrett, Superintendent. September the 27th, 1937. Visited from satellite whilst taking A.K. Hicks ashore for medical treatment. Supernumerary keeper placed on Lighthouse. Vice A.K. Hicks. Station clean and in good order. Jarrett. July the 10th, 1939. Visited from SS Satellite. Station is clean, well kept and in efficient order. The internal colour scheme has now been altered from grey to cream and brown, and the tower is much brighter. Timed lens correct. Engineer tested fog signal and engine, all in order. Tested reserve provisions. 1 tin 1927 beef, opened and found good. Checked GSS stores and books in order. Check rockets, 2 dozen new ones required to replace 1929 stock of lighthouse service. Glazing is tight and no leaks. GWA Jarrett, Superintendent. 17th of October 1939. A special stock of reserve provisions has been landed at the Rock. These are to be retained and issued for emergency purposes, but the yeast may be used with discretion always, and be sure to indent for any stock used. Jarrett. September the 29th, 1943. Inspected from Warden by Captain, looks like Gumpton. Station, allowing for enemy action damage, is in very good order and clean condition throughout. W.E. Crumplin. We've got 23rd of March 1944, then in brackets it's got 10th of the 6th 43, and it says no entry was made at a previous inspection, and then that's when the 10/6/43 is, owing to the preoccupation with a broken jib. Station is clean and in efficient order. Stuart Turner, brackets LT charging engine, has failed. Mechanic Pranger has come to service it. All current instructions are being carefully carried out, and this station is being well run and maintained. J. McCarthy, Superintendent. 14th of the 12th, 47. Visited from satellite whilst on relief. The station is in good order throughout, but some effort should be made to square up the tower compartments. It is realised that there is not a great deal of space, but it is noticed that in times equipment is being left lying about. The tower walls and floors appear to be saturated with oil. This should be cleaned down in the early spring with hot soda water. The buff paintwork should be cleaned. The lantern should be painted internally from something or other 1948. The lantern door latch appears to be defective. An indent should be submitted for its overhaul. Examine stores and books. Mechanic, something or other call, is leaving the something or other today after having overhauled ST engine and fitted new something or other water tanks. That's signed by White, Superintendent. 3rd of the 3rd, 49. Endeavours have been made to clean the granite interior walls, but this appears to be rather a hopeless task in view of the fumes and smoke from the Hornsby and S&T engine. Instructions given to the principal keeper to make every effort to maintain the interior walls and clean as possible. Also gave instructions regarding annual painting of lantern. Practice firing with the Shimuli pistol is to be carried out, and a note made in the section journal or station journal. White, Superintendent. 15th of June 1950, mechanic something or other and labourer landed to effect repairs to exhaust pipe from the fog signal engine. PK to report whether the trouble from the fumes is much improved after repairs. Refuge and crane pillar needs cleaning and repainting. The bend in crane pillars is apparently increasing and is now 21 inches out of true. Looks like R.E. Goodman. September the 30th, 1950. Visited with Mr. Bowen, Engineer-in-Chief, to examine crane post. Mechanic at station overhauling Stuart Turner engines. engine, which has been out of action. Goodman, Superintendent. July the 18th, 1951. The kitchen, which has been painted out by the keepers, is very much improved. Oil engine oil is being supplied for Hornsby engine again instead of, could be diesel, but it's spelt D-U-E-S-O-L, diesel, and CR20 oil for Stuart Turner engine instead of diesel. Goodman, Superintendent. Probably diesel. August the 25th, 1952. Visited from satellite and inspected station while landing oil. The new crane post completed in July has made landing operations much easier, as the jib now swings around without strain. March the 3rd, 1953. New mast on landing to be given more paint and at an early opportunity, and also the sections of the jib. The medicine chest is to be overhauled by the PK, and redundant and out-of-date items destroyed, and new items brought up to scale. Items as per TH list to be locked away separately. Goodman. June the 10th, 1955. Inspected station and found alterations proceeding satisfactorily. 2 temporary engines installed. Fitted up temporary jib on gallery for hoisting up new weight tube and optic. All in good order. Fire extinguishers in tower engine room to be moved to more suitable positions after new engine is installed. Goodman. June 14th, 1956. 2 engineers from the Engineer-in-Chief's Department. The new light working very satisfactorily. Station in as good a condition as possible with alterations still in progress. Mechanics working in connection with the installation of permanent engines and generators and the removal of the temporary engines. New oil storage tanks being installed. Some painting can be done to improve the amount of interior light in the rooms. Goodman. 21st of May 1957. Visited from the satellite in course of landing water, etc. 12 oil tanks installed so far. Redundant oil tanks removed to allow mason to work. Internal painting in progress. Kitchen painted out in cream and white. Also staircases from service room to higher engine room. The station is generally clean and tidy considering the amount of other work in hand. May the 28th, 1957. Visited station from satellite whilst landing new light and fog signal engine and gear for mason. Mechanics and mason working on machinery installation. The last of the 3 new engines has now been landed. Upper part of tower, stairs, etc. have been painted by keepers, and this has considerably improved the light and appearance of the station. Lower part of the tower and engine rooms will be painted when all the new engines, piping tanks are completed. The old exhaust piping from Hornsby engines up to the lantern could be removed. Adjusted lantern timing. Goodman. May the 28th, 58. Tried out, this is visited station from satellite, tried out the new harness for landing personnel and found quite suitable. The bedroom has been painted out by the keepers instead of being varnished. The light paintwork is a big improvement. Lower engine room and part of staircase still to be painted. That was Goodman, Superintendent. June the 18th, 1959. Visited station on relief. Station in good order and the paintwork inside the tower down to the entrance has been completed. This makes everywhere much brighter than the base granite walls. Lightning conductor still needs section renewing at base. Some asbestos sheeting to be supplied for the sides of the Rayburn cooker as a safeguard against overheating of lockers alongside. Cited confidential orders. Goodman, Superintendent. 11/2/60. Visited station whilst landing stores. Inspected winches and gallery derrick prior to the new fog signal installation. New guy wire to be fitted. Station in good order. That's the master of the satellite. Looks like Birkin. 21/6/60. Found all in good working order. Electrician engaged in extensive rewiring in preparation for installation of new fog signal equipment. Difficulties of rainwater storage and of sludge in oil tanks to reported. New waste pipe, trap at base of tower and new bottom sections of lightning conductor required. New lantern curtains to be supplied. Light timed and found correct. E.H. Harris, Superintendent. 15,661. Good progress being made in touching up paintwork, etc. Rainwater tank is keeping clean water now that supply from lantern roof has been diverted. Then it's got a modern sink unit to be asked for. 15,163, all in good order. Reed horn equipment to be removed in the spring, and rainwater tank to be rebuilt before painting will be done by the depot labourers. Leak in one of the new oil tanks to be reported. 28,1064. New rainwater tank not yet fitted in service room. Renewal of drinking water tank in kitchen deferred. 6,365. Inspected, found all clean and well maintained. Light timed and found slightly fast, PK to correct. Fog signal tried and found correct. Additional small rainwater tanks in service room to be proposed. Redundant derrick gear to be dismantled and sent ashore. Missing granite section on land is in process of being measured for replacement. Stores and reserve provisions checked. Emergency instructions cited. Foam extinguisher tested. E. Harris, Superintendent. 3865. Inspected, found extremely well kept and efficient. Now that new sink unit, cupboards, etc. have been installed, the living quarters in general are much brighter and the keepers are commendably maintaining them so. Light and fog signal timed and found correct. Emergency instructions checked. Foam extinguisher tested. Repairs to landing have been completed. New electric hoist about to be fitted. E. Harris, Superintendent. 17,166. New electric hoist is a great improvement and will expedite work when time is critical. New jack roll is yet to be fitted on crane and flue pipe in lantern awaits repair. Fitting of new freshwater hand pump is in hand. Apron to be provided for man working on batteries. 3566. New jack roll fitted to crane. Freshwater hand pump has been fitted. 14,467. Fog signal console inside lantern by gallery door is showing corrosion. Should have protective panel to keep off weather. 22/3/1973. Visited by the Stella. New bottle of rum supplied. Something or other. Mr. Simon, Engineer-in-Chief Department, visited Lighthouse with Mr. something or other Gerald Jones and Mr. Bowden to measure for scaffolding necessary for fitting of helicopter landing pad. 21/8/1973. The helicopter's landing pad work is proceeding to schedule. The gallery has been prepared by drilling 14-foot 3-inch and 5-foot in the granite, and gallery something to a depth of approximately 10 inches. The steel work is now being landed, and the steel expects today actual by special order of the elder brethren. The keepers are to carry out month on and month off duty whilst the helipad is in progress. 3rd of November 1973, the first helicopter relief was effected today from Penzance Heliport. The Superintendent, McDonald, Jones and Simmons and Dye of Trinity House accompanied 2 lighthouse keepers. 2 trips will be carried out while inspecting the works from Blackwall. The relief was carried out most effectively using small something or other containers and refrigerated boxes. 22nd of Feb 77. The new gas stove is causing considerable condensation and has been reported by the PK. Tarrant, Superintendent. 6th of May 1986. Station being maintained to the best of ability of keepers who are now enjoying the facility of a Flushing WC, fitted last month. Several defects to rectify, not least of which is the bottom engine with serious lube oil leak, the top engine already being US. 18th of May 1987. Brake-on and warning lights fitted and awaiting switching on when keepers are to be withdrawn very shortly for automation program. Mr. Patterson, Principal Keeper in charge. Catesby. 2nd of June 1987. Keepers will be withdrawn from this station this day. Lambie Boy south of station activated. Engineers commence automation of station. Catesby. 14th of June 88. Station is in the final stages of automation. The main light and emergency light verified and fog signal. The internal state of the tower is very poor and requires a tremendous amount of securing, cleaning and repainting before any sense of normality is achieved. Catesby. 4th of July 88. At 1800 today this station was automated, now displaying a white flash every 15 seconds, a fog signal autophone every 30 seconds, and on agile frequency Raycon, all operating continuously. The navigation aids on the Lambie Moor south of the station were discontinued at the same time. No attendant has yet been appointed. Catesby.